Good evening. I'm Joe Netherworld, and I'm here with your daily tarot card reading for Saturday. Oh, what is that? May 17th, I believe. Just came back from seeing Ghost here in Poughkeepsie, and very nice to get a tour shirt. Thank you again, Jason, and Akima, and King Dude, and Ghost. It was an amazing night, amazing people. Lovely having conversations with all of you. And I'll see you around the House of Netherworld again sometime soon. But Ghost is playing tomorrow in New York City, and then that's the last of them until they go back to the European tour. We'll be back again. Amazing, fun night. Great people, great energy. Great night to do a reading. So, yet again, once again, I'm going to say thank you for inviting me out and having me out as your guest. Really appreciated everything and all the new people I've met. So, I'm going to get on with our 3-card reading. It's very rainy and damp here, and no, I'm not wearing Gary Oldman's wig from Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. This is my hair on a damp day. I walked home in the rain on a beautiful rainy evening from the club, which is only 2 blocks from my house. So there are some perks of living in Poughkeepsie. You can go see Ghost, or Rob Zombie, and Typo Negative, back when Peter Steele was alive. Satan rest his soul. But anyway, it's been an amazing venue. Poughkeepsie's an amazing place here on the Hudson, despite its Summer of Sam kind of vibe we're going to have this year. Lots of crime. That's because of some internal mess-ups on the city. But it's kind of fun if you're a spectator. But enough said about that. Welcome to the Witchcraft District, as it were. And tonight's reading. So we shuffle the cards. I'm going to shuffle them again. And see what's what for tonight's reading. As always, it's a 3-card... Oh, pulling my hair into these cards. It's a 3-card read. 1 main card, 2 qualifier cards. Some of my hair is getting stuck in here too. But anyway, let's just take this. I like to just kind of warm them up, go through them, and let's see what today's main card is. Looking, what do we have? We have, yes, the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is about being overwhelmed by problems. And this is very specific to a person I spoke to this evening. And we see it right here. That there's too many problems overhead. They're stacked up like swords, weighing down on us. And when we get weighed down like that, we can't move. Now, this is sometimes good in that we're forced to stop and think about things. But really, we have to act on these things. We have to open our eyes and see what the problems are. There are swords above our head. There's lots of damage that can be done. There's a lot of danger, and sometimes we retreat from danger to save ourselves from the stress and the breakdown that it can cause us by being constantly under pressure, under threat. But we have to address that. They won't go away until we open our eyes, look up, and see what we're dealing with. Wandering blindly and aimlessly does not ever, in this instance, does not ever help things. And with that in mind, I'm going to even shuffle again, get a few fresh perspective on our 2 qualifier cards. What are the cards that are going to guide us through this tough time, this dangerous time we're in, this anxiety-ridden time? And let's see what we have here. Well, we have jumpers. We have 3 jumpers. So I'm going to pull the Star out of this. I'm going to pull the... I always love this card. It's a 7 of Swords. Forgive me, I'm a little bit blinded. I've been in a nightclub. Not that I've been drinking, I haven't tonight, but I have been bombarded with stage lighting. And now I'm under a bright white spotlight, so can't see sometimes. But I immediately recognize the image, like, cool, 7 of Swords. It's about taking away, it's about gathering up those problems and taking them away. And the Star, which is a great card too, because the Star is a point to navigate by. It's the North Star. It's the singularity of finding our own power and making ourselves strong and making ourselves that light that other people guide themselves by. We have to look within ourselves sometimes to find that light, that energy, that single point of light. And in some ways, the Morning Star, or Lucifer, as some people know him, is representing that too. And that is about, Lucifer represents the determination of will, the defiance of leaving heaven, being cast out, right? It's all about being the star. And sometimes people take that as arrogant, and they take that as a lacking not self-discipline. They take it as lacking self-deprecation, and that's, but you can't, in our lives we cannot live with self-deprecation. So we have on both sides of this to get out of this problem, to alleviate tomorrow, the day of this, all this anxiety, aggravation, pointy, sharp things weighing over our heads. One, start taking away the problems. Now, the Seven of Swords compared to the Nine of Swords is very specific. That there's going to be a couple of problems left, but it's a good deal, right? You leave 2 behind. You have only 2 left out of 9 problems. That's very fixable and attainable goal. It's also, you can wield 2 swords. You have 2 hands. You could put both those swords to use and fix all your problems. You can arm yourself. You could become no longer the victim, but no longer the predator. Wrong. Let me just back that up. Cross that, reverse it. So, no longer the prey, but the predator. You're now able to defend yourself and attack. That's very important. Now, the star, it's 2 things. Find it in yourself. Find that guiding light that lifts you up. Give your focus of all your needs, but also all your powers, and focus them strongly today. Besides that, find a point in your life now, today, on this day, to where you're going to focus towards. What are you heading towards? Instead of dealing with problems and dealing with things as they arise, set a goal, set a forward goal. That's the only way we move forward, is by imagining and visualizing a forward passage. So it's very interesting. It's a very uplifting, though tribulation and trials and tribulations filled kind of day. But it's showing you, with some focus and clarity, making yourself the star of your universe and finding that Luciferian rage, that you're going to fight against these people that are lying to you and manipulating you, that you're going to find the truth, burn bright, become the star, become the morning star, the brightest of stars, the brightest of angels. Become that. Find that light in yourself and make that your goal. Find that light in yourself, project it forward, get out in the world and fight your problems. A couple are going to remain. They're no longer problems, they're opportunities. What you had 9 sharp swords of your head become 2. Grab them with both hands and go at this like a berserker. Go right into it, Viking style, and fight those that remain. Instead of defending yourself, go conquer with your swords. These problems are almost opportunities waiting to happen. So on that note, we're going to say this. Though you have the many problems of your head, if you fight it and find a point beyond it, a point of focus, you will no longer be defending yourself. You'll be conquering new lands and conquering things tomorrow. Tomorrow's a day to not wallow in despair, but to step up and kick some ass. So with that said, have a happy, magical, bizarre Saturday. I've had a wonderful night tonight. Met some amazing people, and that's what you should do. A side note, a little psychic side note for a moment, and I'm going to leave you with this. Go out and find adventure. It's very easy to not do things. It's very easy to say meh, 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 and not go. You never know how many amazing things are right around the corner. I had an amazing night tonight by just walking 2 blocks from my house on a rainy, strange, because downtown Poughkeepsie on a rainy Friday night is a strange place, kids. It's like John Waters shooting a noir film by way of David Lynch. That should be intriguing. So come to the Witchcraft District, come to Poughkeepsie, come to the haunted Hudson Valley, and spend the day. Maybe buy a house, rent an apartment, come visit us here, and I'm sure you'll like it if you're one of us. See you tomorrow, around midnight. Until then, I'm going to tag on my shirt. Thank you again, Jason. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, King Dude. It was an amazing night. And I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to put this over my head and try and turn this off. Here we go. Good night.